Welcome back, Helldivers. I was just about to crawl into bed here in Australia, and then I checked some comments on my latest video, and everyone was talking about the railgun and the breaker, and I'm like, what? I didn't even mention those things. Of course, a patch has come out in Helldivers. It is a big weapons balance patch. They finally have fixed the armor rating values, and there's a bunch of other stuff in there. I like a lot of it. I see a lot of discourse around a lot of it too. So let's get into it and see what you think. Right, so apparently this is a minor patch, 1.000.1. Major updates. Planetary Hazards active. Many planets now have additional environmental challenges that will appear at random while you are deployed, from fire tornadoes to meteor showers and many more. I actually thought this was a joke. I thought they were joking at first, and then I've read some comments like, yeah, this is pretty cool. Like I said, I've just got home, I haven't played at all, and I'm about to jump into bed, so you have to let me know how this goes. Balancing Eradicate missions, so I believe these are the defense missions. They were obviously very efficient to get medals and experience on the Helldive difficulty, and they've changed them a little bit, saying Eradicate missions now require more kills and enemies spawn more often. The time to complete the mission was previously shorter than intended and should now usually take twice as long to complete. Interesting. I usually find at the end of those defend missions, like, things do start to get a little bit spicy, but you just get enough kills and you get out, especially with the automatons. They might be pretty tough now. Primary, secondary, and support weapons. Breaker, decreased magazine capacity from 16 to 13, increased recoil from 30 to 55. Obviously, Breaker was a fan favorite and used by many people. Personally, I've already moved away from Breaker. I'm loving the Slugger shotgun, and I've been using the Defender a lot for running guns. Yeah, and so it took a bit of a hit because I guess a lot of people were using it. Railgun, an expected nerf. Look, I don't want to get into this should be nerfed, that should be nerfed, this should be buffed. They should have brought everything else. You have your opinion on all this kind of stuff. I'm just telling you what's happened. Railgun, decreased armor penetration in safe mode, decreased damage against durable enemy parts. Now, when I first read this, I assumed that it was just the first part of the sentence was decreased armor pen in safe mode. I wasn't too sure if the decreased damage against durable enemy parts was in safe mode or across the board. I've read some comments that it's just safe mode. You'll have to test. Actually, I'll probably test tomorrow when I get up, but if you find out, let me know. Flamethrower, increased damage per second by 50%. I love the flamethrower. It looks so cool, but it was very underwhelming. I'm pretty keen to check that out. A laser cannon, increased damage against durable enemy parts, increased armor penetration, improved ergonomics. If you missed the previous tweets from the CEO, ergonomics is aim down, sight, speed, and I believe how the weapons sway, like how quickly you can swing it. So that you should be able to, it should be a little bit snappier, the laser cannon, which is great because I think I've used it once and then I just put it down. Punisher, increased total ammo capacity from 40 to 60, increased stagger force, increased damage from 40, increased damage from 40 per bullet to 45 per bullet. This is the slug shotgun, right? Sorry, not the slug, the pump action shotgun. Breaker, spray and pray, increased armor penetration, increased fire rate from 300 to 330, increased number of pellets from 12 to 16 per shot, decreased magazine size from 32 to 26. Okay, so shotgun's getting mixed around a little bit as well. Stratagems, this is the other real big change here. Energy shield backpack, increased delay before recharging. In my opinion, this is the best stratagem in the game, especially for Helldive missions. It blocks a lot of crowd control, getting stunned, getting slowed, getting staggered, gets you out of really sticky situations. And so they've just increased the delay, so when the shield breaks, it's going to take a little bit longer for it to come back. We don't know the timing on what that increase is. We'll have to play around and see. 380s and 120 mil orbital barrages that increase the duration of the bombardment and decrease the spread. This would be interesting to play around with too. They were the exact issues I had with those orbital barrages, that they were just way too spread out and seemed very inaccurate. So it'll be interesting to see now. I think that could be a good option with the automatons. Fixes. Fixed armor rating values not reducing damage as intended. Thank God. This will be interesting now, because now that the shield backpack has increased delay, I wonder whether running heavy armor will be worth it. Obviously, with a light meta, when everyone's running light gear, being speedy and having the shield backpack allowed you to just kind of get away from stuff. I wonder if it's worth being fat and slow now and tanking. Keen to see how that goes. I can't see heavy armor being valuable, but I want to be incredibly wrong. I want to be wrong and to be a tank. Fixed certain bug holes, including stalker nests, that were unnecessarily hard to destroy. I never experienced that, so that's good that it's fixed. Fixed anti-aliasing toggle not working on PS5. Balanced lighting across all planets to solve cases where the game was too dark. Improved flashlight efficacy. Okay. Increased visibility during sand, rain, weather on Errata Prime. Yeah, that was an absolute pain. That's nice. Updated tutorial materials and lighting. Improved cases where some materials could look blurry if lighting graphic setting was set too low. Fixed timing issues that could occur in the Extract E710 primary objective. Change button interactive behavior for buttons in bunkers, places of interest. Helldivers, points of interest. Helldivers will now let go of the button after holding it for a few seconds. Look, that was like when you first started playing the game and you had those the bunkers, you had to press the button. You kind of got confused if you had to press the button again or keep holding it or whatever. So that's nice for new players. Fix some cases of large assets floating if the ground beneath them was blown up. Okay, that's good. You sometimes see that in the distance. Helldivers standing next to ICBMs during launch will get properly toasty with a chance of not so spontaneous combustion. Oh, that's cool. So when you launch the nuke, if you're standing next to it, you're going to catch a light, I guess. Fixed unthrowable snowballs after ragdolling. Fixed being able to use grenades after drowning. Camera no longer locked onto player's corpse and blocking spectator mode. That is great. Yeah, so for whatever reason, sometimes when your body got damaged again, your camera would lock back onto you and you couldn't spectate. Massive pain in the butt. That's awesome. Helldivers now take damage from fire, gas, etc. generated by other players. I thought that was already happening. I can't... Well, then, that being said, not many teammates use gas, but I mean, they definitely set you on fire with the flamethrower. I'm assuming that means fire on the ground, like napalm and then the gas orbitals. Armor no longer stretches when dismembered. Okay, known issues, things that have not been fixed. There are issues where they were either introduced by this patch and are being worked on, or from previous version and have not been fixed yet. Game may crash after dropping several high-power stratagems in succession. Yep, had that happen. Picking up items from caches may cause characters to freeze in place for an extended period of time. Yes, add that. Picking up items from bunkers and caches in quick succession may render one of the items unpickable. I've heard that sometimes happens with super samples. If you spam picking up super samples, you won't pick them up. You might get 5 out of 6 rather than all 6. Players cannot unfriend other players befriended via friend code. Players may be unable to select a loadout or return to ship when joining a multiplayer game session via PS5 activity card. Mission objective HUD displays different numbers for client and host during some missions. Right. Default armor is always shown while viewing the war bond, regardless of the armor the player is equipped. Text box chat display is obstructed by the cinematic letterboxing during extraction. Some text in the HUD UI is missing or not displayed correctly. Players may experience issues when many players attempt to log in or play at the same time. Login rate limiting. Players may become disconnected during play. Various UI issues may appear when the game interacts with servers. Some games may not be joinable, others for a short period of time. Release Captain Karlberg out. Happy diving. And there you have it. Lots of stuff to be excited about. I'm really keen to see how the armor rating now works with heavy armor and even medium armor. Very keen to take the flamethrower in. Very keen to take the laser cannon in. Keen to see how the railgun feels in unsafe mode and whether the changes are just for the safe mode. And super excited to see this Planetary Hazards active with meteor showers and fire tornadoes. Cool. And that's it. If you'd like to support the channel and cannot think of a comment, you can leave the word railgun. Rest in peace. As usual, it's been a pleasure. This is Myelin Games. Peace.